Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. Happy Saturday to all. It is July 25th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. Could have been a much better day. The damn White Sox blew the day for us. We go 2 for 3 on one of our parlays. The White Sox up 6-0 heading into the 6th inning. Let the Astros put up 8 runs on them in one damn inning. Blew the day for us, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright guys, you know how we do on the weekends. We're going to run through these games. No real full breakdown. We're going to get straight to these picks. The first game up, we got the Royals in Detroit taking on the Tigers. We got Michael Wacha on the mount for the Royals. We got Casey Mize on the mount for the Tigers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Michael Wacha on the mount for the Royals. This guy's been really good for Kansas City this season, but in his last 4 starts, we're starting to see some regression from him. He's been getting rocked in those games. In his last 4 outings, he's given up 4 runs or more in all of the outings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Detroit Tigers team. Offensively, they've been very good versus right-handed pitching, not to mention a bunch of guys really match up well against Michael Wacha's pitch mix. Michael Wacha does struggle a bit this season in his road games. Today in Detroit, he'll be seeing one of the best home teams in the majors in Detroit. I'm expecting Michael Wacha to go about 6 innings. This Royals team is going to need him to go at least 6 innings. The bullpen's in a terrible spot here today. I'm expecting Wacha to go 6, give up 3 runs. Before we get to this terrible Royals bullpen, I see the arms coming out the pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Casey Mize. This guy's been amazing for Detroit this season. 2.79 ERA, 103 WHIP, has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. Though 2 things I'm paying attention to for Casey Mize. For one, he's been dealing with that groin injury all season. They've been limiting him in his innings pitched up to this point. Not to mention his last outing, he took a line drive right off his pitching arm. So I don't know how that's going to affect him here today, but I got to pay attention to it. I'm going to factor in that he's not going to go super deep into this game. My overall breakdown for Mize here today, seeing a Royals offense that's been terrible, especially versus right-handed pitching. We've seen this Royals offense the first 2 games of this series look terrible. I'm expecting Mize to come out here today, have a good game overall. Go about 5-6 innings, give up a run before we get to a Tigers bullpen that's in a really good spot to come in, shut the door on these Royals bats. This game is out in Detroit. It's a very pitcher-friendly game. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Riley Green of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the D-backs in DC taking on the Nationals. We got Brett on the mount for the D-backs. We got Foster Griffin on the mount for the Nationals. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the young rookie left-handed pitcher Mitch Brett on the mount for the D-backs. This will be his 4th start in the majors up to this point. Through his first 3 outings, he has a 5.06 ERA, 140 WHIP. He's been struggling a bit with his command, walking a bunch of batters. He's a lower velocity pitcher. Right now, through his first 3 outings, the hard hit rate sitting at 42%. Here today, he's going to be facing the 2nd best offense in the majors versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention, when I look at his pitching arsenal versus this Nationals lineup, there's a bunch of guys that match up really well against him. I'm expecting Brett to go about 4 innings, give up 4 runs here today. Before we get to a Diamondbacks bullpen that is slightly taxed, I do see the arms coming in this game, giving up another run or 2, but nothing too crazy. Across from him, we have another left-handed pitcher on the mount in this game, and Foster Griffin. Foster Griffin has been really good this season, really surprising. He has a 2.68 ERA, 103 WHIP, has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. This is one of the few pitchers in the majors that really throws over 6 pitches. Most guys only throw 3 pitches. Foster Griffin this season is legit thrown 7 pitches per game. So that is something that keeps a lot of batters off balance. He is a lower velocity pitcher. He is a guy that pitches for a lot of contact, a lot of ground outs. Here today, he's going to be seeing the best offense in the majors in the Diamondbacks. But when I look at the matchup breakdown, I can see Foster Griffin coming out here having a good game. My overall breakdown has him going about 6 innings, giving up 3 runs before we get to a Nationals bullpen. They're in a decent spot to come in, still give up another run or two, but nothing too crazy, especially by their own standards. Looking at the weather in this game, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. It's going to be close to 90 degrees. Small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Really won't affect anything. Let's get to the picks. Nationals are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking James Wood of the Nationals to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Blue Jays in Boston taking on the Red Sox. We got Dylan Cease on the mound for the Jays. We got Sonny Gray on the mound for the Red Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Dylan Cease on the mound for the Blue Jays. This guy's been amazing this season. 2.60 ERA, 114 whip, continues to be top 5 in the majors when it comes to striking batters out. Here today, he's going to be seeing the hottest team in the majors in the Boston Red Sox. If you guys remember last week, we faded Dylan Cease when he saw the Rays. We talked about the matchup he had against that Rays lineup. I see the same projection for him here today against the Red Sox team. If not, it could get a little worse for him in this game. This Red Sox lineup is crushing, if not obliterating, right-handed pitching. Not to mention when you look at the pitch mix breakdown for Dylan Cease versus this lineup, the whole top half of this lineup matches up well against him. In his road games this season, Dylan Cease walk rate really goes up. The hard hit rate as well goes up when he's not pitching in the dome in Toronto. Here today, I'm expecting the Blue Jays to for the Red Sox to really get some runs off his seats. My overall breakdown has him going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs before we get to a Blue Jays bullpen that is incredibly mediocre, not to mention they're slightly taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out the pen, coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. On the other side, we got Sonny Gray on the mound. This guy has been surprisingly good this season for the Red Sox. 2.40 ERA, 112 whip. In this game, the first thing I'm paying attention to, the this Blue Jays lineup versus right-handed pitching continues to get worse as time goes along. They're now bottom 15 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention looking at the pitch mix for Sonny Gray versus this Blue Jays lineup, there is 2 guys that match up well against them. It's Okamoto and Springer, but other than that, I can see Gray coming out here, having his regular quality start, going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to our Red Sox bullpen that's rested coming into it. I like the arms that's going to be available for the Red Sox to come in this game and shut down these Blue Jays bats. This game is up in Boston. Ballpark Pal has this game rated, believe it or not, as the most offensive friendly game on the schedule here today. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the over 7.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Abreu with the Red Sox for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Yankees in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got Ryan Weathers on the mound for the Yankees. We got Brian Keller on the mound for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Ryan Weathers on the mound for the Yankees. This guy's been extremely inconsistent for New York this year. He comes into this game with a 4.40 ERA, 127 whip. He'll have some incredible starts, then he'll have some crazy blow-up starts. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Phillies offense in the last 20 games played. This team is a bottom 5 offense versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention, since the All-Star break, the team's only batting .220, slugging .380 overall. Here today, for Ryan Weathers, the Phillies offense, the one thing I do like about this spot for Weathers, their strikeout numbers have been really increasing. Ryan Weathers, when we talk about it with Luzardo yesterday, very similar pitcher to Luzardo. He's at his best when he's able to work the Ks. If he's having to be reliant on a lot more pop fly groundouts, that's when he gets into problems. I'm expecting Weathers here today to work the Ks, have a really good outing. My overall breakdown has him going 6 innings, giving up a run before we get to Yankees bullpen that's in a good spot to come in. Still give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the rookie pitcher Brian Keller making his major league debut. He's an older pitcher. He had been pitching overseas, then he had been down in the minors. He was dominating in the minors. ERA sitting at 2, but like I said, he's an older pitcher making his major league debut here today against the Yankees. A lineup stacked with lefties. Not to mention they've been hitting right-handed pitching much better in the last 2 weeks. That's really been the only people they've been hitting. They have not been hitting lefties at all. We saw that in yesterday's game. But here today, for Brian Keller making his major league debut, I don't like this spot at all for him. I'm expecting him to go 4 innings, give up 4 runs before we get to Phillies bullpen. That's in a decent spot to come in. Maybe give up another run or two, but nothing too crazy. This game is out in Philadelphia. It's a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Wind is going to be blown from side to side. I see that favoring the hitters in this one. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Ben Rice of the Yankees to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Guardians in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays. We got Tanner Bybee on the mound for the Guardians. We got Nick Martinez on the mound for the Rays. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Tanner Bybee on the mound for the Guardians. He's looked really good for Cleveland this season, 3.86 ERA, but in his last few outings, he has been getting rocked. He has an ERA up above 5 in his last 3 starts. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays offense at home. They're a top 5 offense at home this season. They crush right-handed pitching. We saw them put up a bunch of runs off a lefty yesterday who they struggle against. They're a top 10 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention Tanner Bybee's 2 main pitches is the cutter and the sinker. Pitches for a lot of contact, trying to get a lot of ground outs. This Rays lineup matches up very well against them. I'm expecting Bybee to struggle in this game, go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs before we get to the back end of this Cleveland Guardians bullpen that is still taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out the Guardians pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Nick Martinez on the mound. This guy's been surprisingly good this year. 2.59 ERA, 112 whip, has one of the highest ground ball rates. He is a sinker ball pitcher, really low walk rate. Here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Cleveland Guardians lineup. Jose Ramirez should be back in the lineup here today. They rested him yesterday, but he'll be back in the lineup. He'll be one of the 9 left-handed bats in this Guardians lineup here today. Nick Martinez does struggle a bit with lefties. The fact that the Guardians are going to be able to stack all 9 batters as left-handed bats, I do see that affecting him in a negative way. I'm expecting Martinez to go about 5 innings, give up 2 runs before we get to a Rays bullpen that continues to play mediocre. I see the arms coming out the Rays bullpen coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. This game is out in Tampa Bay in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Rays are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Jonathan Aranda of the Rays for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Cubs in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. We got Imanaga on the mound for the Cubs. We got Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pirates. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Shota Imanaga on the mound for the Cubs. This guy's been really good this season, 3.90 ERA, 110 whip, has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, he's going to be facing a Pittsburgh Pirates lineup that continues to struggle to hit left-handed pitching. In the last 2 weeks worth, in the last 14 games versus left-handed pitching, for this Pittsburgh Pirates lineup, they're batting .218, slugging .370. I'm expecting Shota to have a decent game here today, but the big factor, and we talk about it all the time whenever he's on the mound, is the wind. He is a pop fly pitcher, pitches for a lot of pop fly outs. Today in Pittsburgh, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. It's going to be 85 degrees plus, but we're going to have 8 to 9 mile per hour winds going from the diamond to the outfield. Now, granted, this, like I said, this Pittsburgh Pirates lineup is still terrible versus left-handed pitching, but I can see 1 or 2 big hits coming off of Shota. The hard hit rate still sitting at 40%. Guys like Brian Reynolds and Gonzalez match up very well against them. My overall breakdown for Shota, he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs here today before we get to a Cubs bullpen. They're in a decent spot to come in, maybe give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Paul Skeens on the mound. He's been getting crazy criticized this season because his ERA sitting at 3.43, but overall, he's still one of the best pitchers in the majors. Has a 104 whip, hard hit rate sitting at 33%. In this game here today, he's going to be facing a Chicago Cubs lineup that's been a bit average versus right-handed pitching since the All-Star break. They've had some really inconsistent games. Here today, seeing Paul Skeens, a guy that's had decent numbers against him in the past, but when I did the pitch and mix breakdown for Paul Skeens against this lineup, that fastball changeup combo that he has is really going to be a valuable weapon against this Cubs lineup. They have a lot of swing and misses against the 2 pitches. I'm expecting Paul Skeens to come out here and have a really good game once again, where he goes 7 innings, gives up a run before we get to a Pirates bullpen. That's terrible. I see them coming out the bullpen, the arms coming out this Pirates bullpen, coming in this game, giving up another run or two. This game is out in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a bit more hitter friendly. 85 degrees, small gust of wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Pirates are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the under 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Brian Reynolds of the Pirates for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Braves in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. We got Bryce Elder on the mound for the Braves. We got Brandon Young on the mound for the O's. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Bryce Elder on the mound for the Braves. This guy's been extremely inconsistent for Atlanta this season. He has a 4.06 ERA, 123 whip. The one thing I do like about Bryce Elder is the walk rate. It is extremely low. Here today, he's going to be facing an Orioles lineup. Offensively, since the All-Star break, they have started to show some regression. In the last 20 games, they've been extremely inconsistent versus right-handed pitching. Looking at the pitch mix breakdown for Bryce Elder against this Orioles lineup, I can actually see him having a decent game here today. The hard hit rate's really low, the walk rate's really low. He does not have bad splits versus lefties. I can see Elder coming out here having a quality start, going about 6 innings where he gives up 2 runs before we get to a Braves bullpen that's in a really good spot to come in, shut down these Orioles bats. Looking at the other side on the mountain, we have Brandon Young. This guy's been extremely good for Baltimore this season. 3.20 ERA, 120 whip. He's been really good in his home starts. The one thing I gotta pay attention to for Brandon Young in this lineup, he has terrible splits versus left-handed bats. He'll be seeing a lineup stacked with 7 lefties here today. Not to mention the Braves, when they do have good offensive showing, it is against right-handed pitching. I'm expecting Bryce Elder to struggle in this game. There's a bunch of guys that match up very well against him. I see him going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs here today before we get to an Orioles bullpen that's taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out this Orioles bullpen coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. Looking at the weather, bit on the hitter friendly side. Ballpark Pal has this rated as the 4th most offensive game on the schedule here today. Let's get to the picks. The Orioles are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Athletics in Minnesota taking on the Twins. We got Barnett on the mound for the Athletics. We got Prelip on the mound for the Twins. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Mason Barnett on the mound for the Athletics. This guy's been back and forth between the majors and the minors this season. He's been primarily working out of the bullpen for the Athletics. In this game here today, the 2 things I'm paying attention to for Barnett: the hard hit rate is through the roof. It's sitting at 47%, not to mention he struggles with his command. Here today, he's going to be facing a Twins lineup. They've been showing some regression of late, but they continue to hit right-handed pitching very well. I'm expecting Barnett in his first start to go about 3 innings, and I'm expecting him to get rocked in those 3 innings. Maybe give up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to an Athletics bullpen, it's going to be a bullpen day for the Athletics. They are one of the worst bullpens in the majors. I see the overall Athletics bullpen giving up a bunch of runs like they usually do. I'm expecting a bunch of runs for the Minnesota Twins here today. On the other side, we got Connor Prelip on the mound. He was down in the IL dealing with I think it was like a finger blister. Well, they got him back up in the majors. He was highly inconsistent. Started off good, but then started to really show some regression. I don't know if that was the blister affecting him. You know, for a pitcher holding the ball, if you have a blister on your hand. Anyways, in this game here today, he's back from the minors. I'm expecting him to have a really good outing. This Athletics lineup's been very mediocre versus left-handed pitching for this season. Not to mention the last 30 games, they've been just absolutely terrible offensively. I'm expecting Prelip to come out here today, have a quality start. Go 6 innings, give up 2 runs before we get to a Twins bullpen that is terrible. Not to mention their tax. I see the arms coming out the pen, coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. This game is out in Minnesota. It's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. We have a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Twins are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 10.5. I do like the under 10.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Byron Buxton of the Twins to hit a home run today. Alright, next game up, we got the Rockies in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Ryan Feltner on the mound for the Rockies. We got Robert Gasser on the mound for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Ryan Feltner on the mound for the Rockies. This guy started off the season looking really impressive, but about a month and a half ago, we started to see the regression from him. In his last 4 starts, he's given up 15 runs combined. The hard hit rate sitting at 53%. The walk rate continues to go up. Here today in Milwaukee, the first thing I gotta pay attention to for Ryan Feltner, the amount of left-handed bats he's going to be seeing in this lineup. He has terrible splits versus lefties. Ryan Feltner is a sinker ball pitcher. We saw Shigano come out here yesterday, another sinker ball pitcher, and deal against this Brewers lineup. But the big difference, like I said, is the command. He is struggling with the command, walking a bunch of batters. I see that backfiring against Feltner here today. Not to mention, he's probably not going to go past the 5th inning in this one, so we're going to get to this Rockies bullpen much earlier. Their attacks coming into it, they used up their best arms yesterday. I see the arms coming out this Rockies pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Robert Gasser on the mound. This guy has struggled this season. He is a left-handed pitcher, so we saw the Rockies put up a bunch of runs on Drohin yesterday, a left-handed pitcher, but the Rockies have been very inconsistent, if not bad, versus lefties in the last month. Robert Gasser is a guy that has a very good walk to strikeout ratio. Does not walk a bunch of batters. That's something I like about him. Not to mention the hard hit rate's very low, sitting at 33%. I'm expecting Gasser to come out here today and have a decent start. Go about 5 innings where he gives up 2 runs before we get to the back end of the Brewers bullpen. That's in a really good spot to come in and shut down these Rockies bats. This game is out in Milwaukee in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Bryce Terang of the Brewers for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Astros in Chicago taking on the White Sox. We got Hunter Brown on the mound for the Astros. We got Sean Burke on the mound for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Hunter Brown on the mound for the Astros. Ever since returning from injury, he has not looked impressive. As a matter of fact, he's starting to show a lot of chinks in the armor. For one, this was a guy that in his career really never struggled with left-handed bats. Since returning from his injury, this guy has been getting tagged versus lefties. Not to mention the biggest thing with Hunter Brown has been the command. He is walking a bunch of batters, becoming over-reliant on the fastball. The hard hit rate's been going up in his last few starts. Here today in Chicago, seeing one of the best home offenses in the majors for the White Sox. Not to mention this White Sox lineup is stacked with left-handed bats. I'm expecting Hunter Brown to get tagged in this game. Go about 4 innings where he gives up 3 runs before we get to Nationals bullpen. That's in a decent spot to come in, give up another run or 2, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Sean Burke. This guy's having a career year this season. 3.20 ERA, 110 whip, really good strikeout to walk ratio. In this game, he's going to be seeing an Astros lineup that continues to struggle to hit right-handed pitching. Not to mention Sean Burke, a right-handed pitcher, has really good splits versus righties. If he could pitch around Jordan Alvarez here today, I could see Burke having a really good start where he goes 7 innings, gives up a run before we get to a White Sox bullpen that's in a really good spot to come in. Maybe give up another run, if not shut down these Astros bats. This game is going to be out in Chicago. It's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. Small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The White Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Murakami of the White Sox to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Dodgers in New York taking on the Mets. We got Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. We got McLean on the mound for the Mets. Alright, getting into this game here, we have an extremely good pitching matchup. We got Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. This guy continues to be one of the best pitchers in the entire major leagues. Whip sitting at 0.87, hard hit rate sitting at 33%, has one of the best strikeout to walk ratios in the majors. Here today, he's going to be facing a Mets lineup, bottom 15 offense in the majors versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention there's going to be no Juan Soto in this game. He left yesterday's game with a calf injury, so you're down your best bat. So I'm expecting this Mets offense to be extremely useless here today. I see Yamamoto coming out here today having his way with this Mets lineup. My overall expectation, I can see him pitching a complete game, if not go about 8 innings, giving up a run before we get to a Dodgers bullpen. That's in a decent spot to come in and shut down these Mets bats. On the other side, we got the young pitcher Noah McLean. This guy's really showing his potential. This guy has a really high ground ball rate, really high strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, he's going to be facing a Dodgers lineup that continues to struggle offensively. In the last 10 games played, this team versus right-handed pitching batting .227, slugging .380. I'm expecting Noah McLean to come out here, have a decent game. You still have a lineup stacked with left-handed bats. That is going to be something he struggles with. He's been struggling with lefties all season. Like I said, also his primary pitch is the sinker. This Dodgers lineup hits the sinker very well. I see McLean going about 6, if not 7 innings where he gives up 2 runs before we get to the Mets bullpen. They're a very good bullpen, but the arms that's going to be available here today for them, I see them coming in this game, giving up another run or 2, but nothing too crazy. This game is going to be in Citi Field. It's going to be extremely pitcher friendly. We have 8 to 9 mile per hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Ballpark Pal has this game rated as the lowest offensive game on the schedule. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Max Muncy of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. In the final game of the day, we got the Reds in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got Hunter Green on the mound for the Reds. We got Andre Palante on the mound for the Cards. Alright, getting into this game here, we have Hunter Green on the mound for the Reds. He's only made 3 starts up to this point. The Reds have won 2 of the games, but in those 3 starts, he's only pitched 15 innings. In those 15 innings, he's given up 12 runs. He's given up a bunch of home runs as well. The hard hit rate sitting at 49% coming into it. The big thing with Hunter Green, he has a 6.06 ERA, but the whip is really good, sitting at 115. He's not walking a bunch of batters. It's just he's giving up a lot of home runs. He's giving up a lot of sharply hit balls. In this game here today, for Hunter Green, I'm expecting him to slowly continue to progress, continue to get better as the season goes along. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals lineup in the last 30 games played versus right-handed pitching. This is a bottom 10 offense. Since the All-Star break, the bats have been really slow. I'm expecting Hunter Green to come out here today, have his best start of the season. I see him going about 6 innings where he gives up a run before we get to a Reds bullpen. We talk about it all the time. They've continued to play much better of late. Still not a good bullpen, but they are getting better. I do see the arms coming out the Reds bullpen coming in this game, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Andre Palante on the mound for the Cards. This guy's been really solid for St. Louis this season. He has an extremely high ground ball rate. He's a ground ball pitcher. He has a really good ground ball rate, really low walk rate. The thing I got to pay attention to with Palante is the hard hit rate as well. He's given up a bunch of sharply hit balls. We talk about it all the time. When you see a sinker ball pitcher with a hard hit rate up over 40%, that smells danger, smells disaster. I can see Palante struggling a bit in this game. There is a few guys that match up very well against him. Ellie De La Cruz, Stewart, and Stevenson all hit the sinker very well. I'm expecting Palante to go about 5 innings where he gives up 2 to 3 runs before we get to Cardinals bullpen. They continue to play terrible. I see the arms coming out this Cardinals bullpen coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. This game is out in St. Louis. It's going to be extremely pitcher-friendly weather. We have a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Cardinals are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like the Reds here, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Yesterday the Rays came through for us. The payout was $52.37. So today we'll be wagering that $52.37 on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the run line. We're getting them at plus 115. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Ben Rice of the New York Yankees, and we're going to wrap it up with Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. We're then going to play the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Minnesota Twins on the money line. Next up, we have another 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with the New York Yankees on the money line. We're then going to play the Chicago White Sox on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with that Dodgers-Mets game total to go under 8 total runs. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Saturday, we made it. I hope everybody enjoys their day here today. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.